3, 2, 1. We in. What's up? Yo.
Hello.
Cheezy. What's up?
What's going on, guys?
Nothing much. Good to have you in the Cheese Curd Nation.
Yeah, thank you. No Johnny.
No, it's just you.
Yeah.
Actually, this is the new Communication Error podcast. Johnny has been replaced by us.
It's true. I didn't tell him, but
It's fine.
yeah, he'll figure.
He'll figure it out. Yeah.
Yes. Let me get this pre-show. Boom, pre-show. So yeah, we're doing a stream tonight. Hey, Cheesy, let's do live on air pod prep because Drip was late. I'm just gonna blame it on Drip. Just gonna.
You can do that. It's
gonna
fine.
blame it on
I was
Drip.
late.
So we're gonna talk
late.
about Luigi's Mansion tonight. I have some review data from Metacritic. It wasn't reviewed as bad as I thought it was. The 2HD to be specific. But I do believe it had a good bit of mixed reviews. Especially at launch. I do remember that specifically. There was a few mixed reviews, so we're gonna talk about that. I got some data. You've played all the games in the series, right? Please tell me yes.
Yes, I have,
Okay.
but
That's
I
what I
haven't
thought.
played. No, I haven't played the first one since it came out on the GameCube.
Right.
So
right. I remember you
I would
saying
love
that.
to revisit it, but it is oddly different from the other two games.
Yeah. Okay. So I thought you had said that when we were on your show, but I couldn't remember. But yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're the only one here who's played all three. So we're gonna more pick your brain a little bit about because you've played two, right? You did finish two.
Yes. Yep,
Okay.
I just finished it today.
Awesome.
Yeah, and
Perfect.
neither of us have even touched it. So
Yeah.
we need all the information from you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're gonna talk about that plus some of Drip and I, at least I think for sure, that's a weird one to bring to Switch, and then we're gonna talk about that's kind of weird to bring that to Switch, as well as what games. There's a lot of good games that could have been brought to Switch that weren't brought to Switch, but also why not even just bring one to Switch? Why would they go to two? But we'll get to that, and then of course a bunch of GameCube stuff. Drip has some stuff on that, and then you can see in the pod room, the guest pod room, that we got a little set list too, so you can see what the specifics we're going to be talking about on that one.
Cool.
But yeah, that's the show. Live pod prep. Love it. Hi everyone, how we doing? Fappy's here. Fappy Race. How you doing? Joey Pitts. Power Mad. What's up, guys?
Hello, everybody. Yeah, I haven't got a chance to look at the chat yet. I'm still working on getting my shit together here.
Drip is still trying to find his left foot. He left it somewhere in the house, and he has to go find it.
Leave.
While Drip
away.
is looking for his left foot, please remember to like the stream. It helps us a ton. Hello, Aiden. Good to see you. Good to have you. What's up?
Okay. We're good. We're good. We're great.
We're good.
What else did I want to do? There was something else I wanted to do. Oh, yeah. I know what it was. Where the fuck is all that information at?
I have something I want to do because we do our beer of the weeks usually during the pre-shows now. I have not a beer. Actually, it is alcohol, but it's a hard soda.
Is that what you were drinking on your stream the other night?
Soda.
Yes. So that's called, I'm not going to pronounce it correctly, but Cantia Rios? Is that what it is?
Sure.
Cantaritos.
Nailed it.
Cantaritos. And it's a Mexican soda that is spiked, and this flavor is tamarind. Did I pronounce that? I don't know. Apparently, it's kind of it's a fruit. I don't remember what kind of fruit it is, but let me tell you, this is delicious. This is absolutely delicious. It's 5%, so it's nothing crazy. It's just a nice little hard soda. It's good.
Does it have any kind of spice to it?
Are you talking about like
a spicy margarita?
No, I don't think it's anything like that.
Okay.
It definitely tastes more like a soda than anything, just like a Mexican soda.
Mm-hmm.
This flavor in particular is obviously kind of unusual. Like you don't usually see a tamarind or whatever flavor. They have like an orange flavor or fruit punch flavor. Those are more familiar tasting. But I think this is like the best one. This is like I can't put my finger on what it tastes like, but if you guys ever had those Coca-Cola gummies like from the corner store, like they're like they're shaped in Coca-Cola bottles and they got Coke flavor. That's what this tastes like. Like it's fucking sick.
Ew, that's not good.
Oh, I love those gummies.
That's kind of gross, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean,
kind of gross.
Hey, if you like those gummies like me, you're gonna love the soda. Let me tell you.
Okay, hang on. I wanted to get this little nugget here for you too.
It's called a malt beverage. Interesting. Premium malt beverage flavored with natural flavors and caramel color. Caramel, whatever you say.
I was gonna say, how do you say it?
Caramel. But when I read
Caramel.
it,
Yeah, I say caramel too.
Like from my head, I say caramel. But when I read it, I want to say caramel.
Oh, that's interesting.
And
I've never thought of that before. Like you think of words a certain way in your head, but if you read it, it's different.
Yeah. It's definitely. And for me in particular, because I've been managing with dyslexia my whole life, so like the things I'm taught is to like really sound it out. So like so words I have to really sound out. It's like oh yeah, caramel. But like caramel. When I think caramel is how I say it, but when I read it, it's like caramel.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, I totally get it, man. I was in the special reading classes and math classes, so like I was in the No Kid Left Behind program. I get it.
Dude, yeah, my reading is on like a 3rd grade level.
Yeah.
Not even kidding. I was gonna tell you, Geeb, I saw something the other day. Man, it's this app, right? And you put things you need to read in it, I guess. But what it does is it like highlights the first couple letters of each word. It's like, holy shit. I started reading this thing. I'm like, oh my God, I can read fast. Like,
yeah.
But it's for people with ADHD, but like, oh my God, it was nuts. It was so crazy. I could read fast. Like,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess the whole thing is like your brain focuses in on those first 2 letters or first 3 letters, whatever it is, and then you just kind of already think of what it is, and you could just go instead of having to like, I don't know. It worked though. It worked really well.
Well,
I think that's why they teach reading with a pencil. You move it from each word, and you just keep moving. But like, that's why I like to listen to podcasts at like 2 times speed or 1.5 speed.
You one of those.
Yeah, I love those because like if I'm listening at normal speed, I'm kind of drifting in and out of the podcast, but if it's at a higher speed, it's like you have to pay attention to what it is that they're saying.
Yeah. I actually did that last night. I was listening to a NASCAR podcast, and I was like, God, Denny Hamlin, you talk so slow. Just
speaking
spit it out, man, please.
NASCAR, I watched the race on Saturday. I didn't get to watch it on Sunday.
Oh, yeah, I was going to bring that up. We're going to talk about that during the podcast. We're definitely going to bring that up.
All right.
Yeah, that Saturday was a great race. Sunday was a huge disappointment.
Yeah, I mean, I did see like the end results, but I didn't watch.
Yeah, rain. I mean, I think they only ran like 50 actual laps because they stopped because it was raining really hard, but then it stopped raining and they put on wet weather tires and kept going. But it's in the streets of Chicago. They don't have like real lights. You know what I mean? The street lights aren't enough. So they were like, all right, the timer's set. Like once it hits whatever it was, like 8:20 or something, whatever the next lap was, it was like it's one more lap after that. As soon as it's 8:20. So it was shortened a ton, and it was a disaster.
I'm trying to find out if this has tequila in it because that's what Paramount asked me. I don't know if it has tequila. It doesn't say it. I don't taste it either, but it does say that according to the Surgeon General, women should not drink alcohol beverages during pregnancy because of risk of birth defects.
This is true. I heard
so,
that.
I mean, it's got that information on Paramount. Hopefully that helps you. Also, it's apparently bottled in Aiden might know where this is. He's from New York. Baldwinsville, New York. And it's
Baldwinsville. That's my favorite spot.
And drip. It's Anheuser-Busch.
Oh yeah, is it? Hang on, I'm not ready. Okay, Geeb, I sent you something else in the pod room that you can read if you want. It is the post.
Already had you. I got it in there in the private or in the guest chat too. So Cheezy can see it too.
Okay. That's just kind of like the post, so you can.
Yeah. I'll read that when it's appropriate. What's up, Joey Pitts? Good to see you. Can't wait for some basketball Friday night. I'm excited as well.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna.
We need to talk about that too.
Yeah.
We'll wait for the podcast to start for that too.
Yeah, we will.
I saw what you posted on Twitter. Holy shit!
Can I just say fuck Johnny? Can just fuck him.
Yeah. Yes.
I post my score. I was the highest I got, and like 1 second. Oh, I did one better.
Like, actually, Geeb, I'm actually the superior gamer. So not
I'm sorry. I did all the calculations first.
And by the way, guys in the chat,
at least you guys have played it. I haven't even touched it yet. I don't even think I've downloaded the update. Maybe I should do that.
You actually sold your Switch and you forgot about it. You need to get a whole new Switch.
Yep.
No, guys in the chat. By the way, just FYI, this is Cheezy. You can find him on lots of places.
No, it did update.
Main places are in the description. You go check out the Communication Air podcast. We got the Nintendo Powercast. We got Cheezy's Twitter. I think I put your Twitch there too. So go follow him all the places.
Oh wow, I've not streamed in a long time.
I know. I saw that because I went there. I was like, oh, hey, it's been over a year.
Has it really?
May of 23.
Wow.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like I want to get back into it, but then at the same time, I'm like it takes up so much time.
Yep, I get it, dude. I didn't stream for like the entirety of 23. Like I think I streamed maybe twice. Like I really, I'm like the streamer guy. That's what I did from like 2021, 2022. But then 23, I was like, fuck, man. Like I don't know. I got tired of it.
Yeah,
take a lot of time. But then this year, I'm like, you know what? We're back now, going strong. Having fun.
Killing it, man.
The other thing too is like we have time, right? Just because we're not doing it consistently, it doesn't mean that we might not come back to it later.
Right.
You know?
Right. Absolutely. I reserve the right to leave again for a year and come back later. But for now, we're having fun. How you pronounce tomato? Tomato.
Tomato.
Yeah.
There's no tomato. There's no tomato.
Well, it's not tomato, but I wouldn't say it's tomato. It's more tomato. Like I would take TOEMAYOH. That's how I would pronounce it phonetically.
Oh,
okay. I see what you're saying. I think I say it like tuh.
Tomato.
Tomato.
Yeah,
tomato, man.
You're right. Yeah. You're right. I don't say toe. I say tomato. So TUHMAYOH.
Tomato.
Tomato.
This is like one of those things. I feel like every time I make a thumbnail and I type a word, whatever the word is that's in the thumbnail, I look at it so long, I'm like, is that fucking spelled wrong?
Yeah.
I think it's spelled wrong. And I'm like, Alexa, how do you spell the?
Yeah.
Okay, it's right. It's right.
The is one of those words, man. The is one of those words.
Not even that. I mean, just whatever the word is.
All the crossy bits, like T and then H. It's like it makes me. I'm like,
that's called something, right?
Are those just lines? Like what is that? Is that a word?
Yes.
It's called something. When you look at it for so long, and it's just like, I don't even know what I'm looking at anymore.
Yeah, I just heard about it. I heard the name. There's a name to it. I don't remember it, but I was just watching some sort of content around that whole premise of like,
hello, Hari.
You look at it hard enough, you kind of forget what's reality.
Or like the spelling of it. What is that? That's like IPA, right?
Sure, alcohol, love it.
I mean, I guess if you look at it long enough, it could be related to alcohol.
Yeah.
But it's IPA is like phonetic alphabet. But what's the I? I don't know what the I is.
Intelligence.
Sounds good to me. I even took a voice and diction class. So
yeah, I don't know what it is, but I do that all the time. Every time I make a thumbnail.
Hey, Drip, what is wrong with Samantha? What is going on?
I'm telling you, somebody smacked. Somebody hacked her account.
Either somebody hacked her account, or someone fell in her head. Someone she fell in her head or something. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that account is definitely hacked.
What a great podcast so far. They're the great. They're always great, though.
Not the normal things we get.
You two are the best. Also, the three of us, Samantha. Don't be rude to our guests. There's three of us.
Yeah, come on now.
Even when you're pretending to be nice, you're also being rude. You can't help it. Tomato. Shut up, Samantha.
Tomato.
Hello, Hari. I saw that you posted in Discord, Hari, that crazy looking shot.
Yeah, that's gross, man. Yeah, they call it a brain aneurysm because whatever is in there curdles when you leave it in there so long.
Yeah.
Ugh, man, don't drink that stuff.
Is it really because it curdles because of it left there so long?
Yeah, because it's like Bailey's or something, and it goes in it just like. Yeah, it just curdles. It's nasty.
I think you're thinking of curdles in the wrong context. Like it's not like curdles of milk that got old.
I mean, that's what it basically does if you let it
sit
there.
Do you get grossed out when you see oil in water? Because that's the same effect.
It's not like that.
It's a similar effect.
No,
yeah,
it's not.
It's not. Okay.
Trust me. I've seen it. it's nasty. It's gross.
It doesn't.
Especially if you let
you
it
make
sit
it
there.
sound like it expires. It doesn't expire in front of your eyes. It just
No, it doesn't.
kinda,
but it has the consistency of something that has gone very bad.
You're the
It's
biggest
nasty.
baby I've ever seen in my life.
It's gross.
Yeah, you put some gross stuff together. It looks real gross. I don't look at it.
That's fine. When you're here, I'm gonna make you fucking drink one of those things that's been sitting on my counter for an hour and a half and see how you like it. Yes.
I asked you that. It doesn't sit out, does it?
I don't even know.
No,
I'm just saying if you let it sit for too long. That's what I told him in the Discord earlier. But it looks like a brain when it goes in there because it's like, yeah, it doesn't like.
Oh
what do
my
you call
God,
that?
Joey.
Does it mix?
Oh my God, hold on. Joey Pitts, because this happened during my stream the other night. It's an update from Joey Pitts. So the context from Joey Pitts is on the other night, I think it was Friday night. His wife gave their
It was
child
not Friday night. It was Monday because I was
Monday.
driving back from PA.
whatever.
I was listening to your
So Monday night,
I saw this part.
Joey
yeah.
Pitts, his wife, accidentally gave their daughter before bed a
hear
snack, a fiber bar snack, like as a snack instead of like a regular some sort of snack or whatever. Mistakenly gave him a fiber bar. So that she had really bad farts apparently.
Yeah.
And Joey Pitts said, "Oh, Geeb, my wife woke up the other morning and my daughter's room smelled so bad. Tip of the week: no fiber bars before bed." Oh man, it's like my
Well, shout out to Joey.
Hey man, for sure, hanging out in stream, having a good time.
Both communities.
Yeah, man,
Bouncing around.
Love
That's
it.
awesome.
Love it. Good to have you, Joey. Geeb, quit being so mean. His feelings matter too. Nuh-uh.
Yeah, I'm good. Did you guys hear that?
I'm gonna hear what?
You didn't hear what was going on?
No.
Okay, so I'm starting to put the new wall up over there, and I have an air compressor, like a tank, and it just kicked on to like start filling the tank. It's so loud. Oh my God, it scared the hell out of me. I can't believe you can't hear that.
No.
It's really, really loud.
Well, good. That means Discord's doing its job, kicking out the noise.
So wait, where's the chat? Am I missing it? I don't know.
It's on YouTube.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's live on YouTube.
Let me fix that.
Yeah, all good.
Joey Pitts just cracked open a peach flavored Bush.
Excuse me. Bush. Ooh, Jinx.
Peach flavored Bush.
Joey Pitts is
Good.
cracking
Good
open
stuff.
the beach push as well. Beach push. What is wrong with me?
Beach push.
If you didn't believe me, now you do.
Beach push.
Beach
That's a
push.
good one. I like that.
Oh man. I believe your heart. It probably tastes great. So yeah, guys, thanks for 10 likes. If we get to 15 likes, I'll do a dance.
Why is it always a dance?
I don't know, because
Why-
what else? I can't think of anything else.
I don't think that's like.
That's what people want, right? They want me to dance,
Is
right?
it?
I'm a
Is it,
monkey.
though?
If I stream,
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, if I stream, I'm a monkey, and if I'm a monkey on stream, I must dance. This is the facts of life. A wise man once said,
No, he can't fucking dance.
I can dance.
No.
Yeah, I can sure dance. And if you want to find out, let's get to 15 likes. Oh man.
Good God.
That's
okay,
good.
I want to make sure I got all my stuff together.
Yeah, it's a good question from Joey here. I would like to know, Cheezy, are we sure Johnnybo has ordered the chip? That needs to happen soon, otherwise I'll doubt he ordered. I gotta agree. I mean, he could have just took a screenshot off any website, or from
He
image
said
search.
he ordered it. Didn't
The
he?
crazy
He said
thing
he
is
ordered it.
I've had to do the one chip challenge because I lost to Johnny on a bet. And when I ordered mine and I got it, it said it was going to expire in the next 2 weeks. So like, I'm not going to, it's already spicy, I don't want to eat it after it's already expired.
Yeah,
So-
that sounds like a bad day. Actually, on top of a bad day.
So I
Ages
feel
like
like-
wine, maybe.
Like a brain
Maybe
shot.
better.
Oh, dude, have you guys had it?
Yeah.
I have not.
It's awful.
Dude,
And I'm
I'm
not even
telling you.
really, like the spice, yes, it is hot. The chip itself is disgusting.
It's terrible.
It's
and
not
it
even a
hurts.
chip.
It just it hurts. It's like a
Yeah.
I did it on the internet. I used to. One of my friends, he was starting a like a food YouTube, and I was doing it with him whenever he started. And one of the things we did was the one chip challenge. It's on the internet. You can find it. It's pretty embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie.
Did you do it? Did you get all the way through?
Hell no. Hell no. I was drinking water, still just dying, rolling around the ground. Like, dude, I mean, I'm like dead. I can't even function. Can't talk. Can't do anything.
I think a theory.
I mean, I can hold that title.
Yeah, you finished it.
I didn't drink anything. Didn't eat anything for a whole hour.
My buddy Sean made it. We didn't go the whole hour. We did whatever the first. What's the first tier? It's like 15 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, I think so. Something like that.
Dude, I think I made it like maybe 3 minutes. And I'm literally just like chugging. The worst part was after we turned the cameras off. I'm like out in the gravel driveway, like,
yeah,
take me to the hospital. I'm gonna fucking die. I'm gonna die.
We had a timer on the Nintendo Powercast because that's where I did it. And Hannah, my wife, was watching from a different room. And as the timer was like counting down from like 10, then she came in with like a big cup of like a red Solo cup with a root beer float, and it was just like nice to have her right there, you know, and as a celebration, and
ready to go.
I think I could get away with it. I really think I could. Like, I think I could do it, but I can't do it without drinking. Like, that's not gonna, like, I drink sitting doing nothing. Like, I constantly am drinking something all day long. Like, I fluid all day long, and I could not imagine drinking something that incredibly spicy and not drinking anything for an hour. That would be like my hell. That would be
Abby says
if I go
no,
to hell.
he couldn't. No, he couldn't. As in, probably no, he couldn't do it.
Yeah, she'd bring me a milkshake and dump it on my head. That's what she would do. Jerk. I can't believe I'm marrying you. It's gross.
Well, yeah, Switch horror game. We're gonna talk about that.
Yes, we are. Oh yeah, I forgot. We are gonna talk about that for a second. Did you see that tweet this morning?
Dude, Luigi's Mansion 4 is looking good. Am I right?
Scary as hell,
yeah.
Right?
Woo!
Yeah. We're gonna talk about that first, very quickly. But yeah, we'll save that. Yeah, we are gonna talk about it.
Actually, I should pull that video. I think I'd like to play that video. It's really not. There's no real audio to it. It's just kind of creepy audio, right? I won't play it.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll play it for the visual while we're talking, but not for that. What's it called?
It's kind of weird because they like put a restriction on it, but really there's like nothing to it. Like, yeah, it's I guess eerie for Nintendo, but it's like nothing happens.
If it's a true Nintendo game, is it for real? Like their first mature game? I think that's true. Oops,
hey guys, save it. Save it for the show.
Sorry. Okay,
I have to do that with Johnny all the time.
Yeah.
We do it too. We'll sit and talk like the day. We're like, just stop talking. Just stop.
Yep.
I think we've also gotten good at like talking about the day before and then coming at it from a different angle the next day too. Like we do that a lot too.
Yeah.
And so we're prepared, but we're also, because we were very irresponsible this week. But we do it so we're prepared, but also just kind of get another angle to the whole
Johnny's
thing.
here. Everybody act like you're asleep.
Gross. Gross. Get out of here.
Something on the ceiling that was just more
Go watch
interesting.
go watch the Phillies, Johnny. Get out of here. Not invited to the party. I didn't even read the comment. Guys, I'm not invited. You've been invited so many times. It's time for Cheezy to shine, Johnny. Stop stealing the spotlight from the true talent of your show, Johnny. Get out of here.
Geeb, thank you.
Drip, keep pandering. It's working.
The stream's just ending, Johnny. Hampton says.
Oh yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
All right.
Wrong button.
See ya.
See ya.
No, we're not going anywhere. Yeah. So, Drip, should I just do the intro like I normally do it? Like, play the song, talk in a second? Or, like, I was thinking about, like, I don't know, man. Like, doing a whole different type of intro this week.
I would say for this week, since it's new music and stuff, let's change only one thing at a time.
Well, I'm not saying...
Keep their old stuff the rest of the way you did it. Just change the music, do the thing, and then next time we'll add another thing. Let's not go crazy.
It's not like I'm adding something on top. What I'm saying is like,
Geeb, you
changing
already
the
have
format.
Many problems with this intro.
No, I don't. Dude,
it took you a year to get it right.
And it's been it's been 3.5 years, so 2.5 years I've been solid.
Whoa. Stop.
Don't
Not
yell
true.
me.
Not true. Not true. Out of the last 4 or 5 weeks, how many of those weeks have you started the show correctly? Maybe 2? Maybe 2.
What are you talking about?
You've hit wrong buttons. You've done this. You've done that. Don't give me that shit. It's happened. Okay. I will go back. I will
let's
fucking
pause
check
a
the tape
second.
right now.
Cheezy, you would respect me because you're a decent person, first of all. But second of all, I think you would understand how doing a podcast recorded, and I think you do a live one as well. And I don't think you're in charge of it, correct? You're just kind of a part of it, but you're not like running the board. For running the board, doing a podcast live, and guys, I do very minimal edits. I only edit things if something goes wrong or I'm in the editing software and I notice something that I cut it. Like the podcast for the most part, what you hear in the live show is just about 99% of what's in the edited version, with few exceptions. Yeah. My job is hard to get every button press and every word
do you
perfectly
know how many buttons
live.
I have over here
Shut
with
your
different
mouth,
sounds
Drip.
on them?
Shut your mouth.
Like,
shut
what
your
if
mouth.
I hit the wrong button and I did this?
You're canceled, Drip. We're canceling you. Goodbye. Cheezy, you be the host. Forget Drip. Let's stop arguing, Drip. It's the people don't like it when we argue. I'm just kidding. They love it.
Actually, yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. So this is the new intro. Y'all arguing? No, this is not the intro, mini gamer.
Yo, dude, the monster. Hello.
What's up, dude? All right. Speaking of the intro, do you want to get it rolling?
Yeah, it's already almost 8:30. Go ahead. Let me turn the music off.
Okay. So Cheezy, I apologize. You know, you guys in Drip, and you're not gonna hear the music because Drip was fucking late today. Stop being late, Drip. Oh, man. Welcome, everyone, to the Drip and Geeb podcast. I'm your host, Uncle Geeb, and with me is host Drip Media Gaming and special guest Cheezy64. We do a podcast live every week at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, or anywhere you listen to podcasts. Cheezy is our guest this week, guys. Cheezy, how you doing, man?
What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me. I wasn't gonna say anything, but you did mess up on the intro. Like what Drew was saying.
I was definitely gonna say something, so don't worry.
It was good though. It was good, man.
Yeah.
It was good. One little slip up. You did okay.
Yeah, I was gonna. Drip got me all worked up before we started the podcast, and
that's what I'm here for.
That is why I didn't mess it up because I'm lacking a skill. I messed it up because Drip worked me up. I'm sorry. But you
did fine. You did fine. I'm sorry.
That was the trial run of our new AI generated intro, which if you guys were caught off guard with that, if you're longtime listeners, we're gonna change. We're changing the music. It's been the same music since episode 1. Actually, 0. Actually, that's not true either. I don't know exactly.
No, we changed it.
Yeah, when did we intro them? Like, I don't even know when we had music to begin with.
Hell, I don't know.
But it's been a very long time. It's been a very long time with that same track, and we changed it up because last week, if you guys didn't know, weren't in the pre-show or post-show last week. Matt Moran, friend of ours, made us an AI generated song, like theme song for us, and it was so good that Drip and I decided to like kind of edit it, splice it up and turn it into like an actual usable intro for the show. And I think it kind of rocks. It's a little dubsteppy. It's a little dubsteppy. I like it.
And then afterwards, after we got off the internet, we stayed in Discord and basically Moran and Geeb and I just basically wrote a whole album. No big deal. I mean,
we did a lot last week.
We have lots of songs about Bush Light Peach.
Yes, we do.
Mountaineer football.
We need to get that on the board too, Drip, because when we do the beer of the week, we can play the Bush Peach song.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that is a good one.
Anyway, we're doing a podcast tonight. We're talking about Luigi's Mansion and GameCube rumors, but first, Cheezy, you're our guest. First time on the show is a solo guest.
Yeah.
-1. Forget John Ebo. He doesn't matter tonight. You're the star.
Seriously, I don't know who Samantha West is, but said don't cancel Drip. He's great. Cancel Johnny instead, and I approve this message.
not a bad message. Not a bad one.
Yeah.
But yeah. So and Drip, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Had a wonderful week, and I do want to say something. Cheezy. Mm-hmm. You're so much cooler than Geeb, and I want to tell you why. Because do you know what he did on Saturday? If you guys don't know, we were actually no. I'm talking to the people. You know what you did. You were a good friend on Saturdays, what you were. For those of you who don't know, Geeb and I were on the Communication Error podcast. What was that, last week?
Yeah, it was last,
right?
last week.
We were talking about sports games, and I kept bringing everything back to like NASCAR. That's kind of my sport. It's what I know. Cheezy was asking me some questions, like, tell me about a little bit of this. I gave him a little spiel about it. And then you know what he did? He was messaging me Saturday, watching the race, trying to learn about it, not making fun of me for it, like some other people. Interested, wanting to learn, and had a great time, didn't you? You loved it, didn't you?
It was pretty fun. I will admit, I'll give credit where credit is due. Johnny was the one that asked the question about, like, why should I get into NASCAR? Like, what is the point of NASCAR?
Oh, yeah, well.
But he didn't watch it.
He didn't watch it. He didn't watch it. And so he was even in the chat with us.
But didn't want to learn.
Right.
Yeah. Which is a big problem with today's society. Everybody wants to ask questions, but they don't want to learn.
That's right. It's true. It is true.
Yeah.
I've been desperately here trying to find, sorry for looking at my phone, but I'm trying to find this sound clip that I sent Drip like a while ago.
The NASCAR thing?
Yeah, I'm really trying to I found it! Here we go. Okay, get it ready, guys. I think you guys should hear it too.
I started drinking at 6 a.m. Them cars be going real fast and left. They be going real fast and left.
Yes, those cars be going real fast and left. No, I'm not a hater. Listen, I'm not. Go ahead, Cheezy.
It wasn't this week, right? Like, were they going left the whole time? Because they were racing
not. No, they were racing downtown Chicago. Not going left. They were going left, right, up, down. It was great. Across bridges, even.
I think what helped, because like my grandpa is super into NASCAR, has been for years, builds hot rods from the ground up. But I just never got into it. But I think what helped is knowing like somebody that you were rooting for, that I could also be excited to root for. But then you were also kind of calling it play by play and what was going to happen. And that is what happened. Like, that was amazing.
I mean, I know these things, you know, what can I say? I know these things.
Drip.
Yeah.
I know we're having an argument right now and we'll get over it eventually, but give me credit where credit is due. I've been trying to learn NASCAR from you since I met you.
I'm just giving you shit. Giving you shit.
And by the way, I would have watched it on Saturday, and I will say I didn't watch it.
You had a party, right?
Yeah, I had a party at the house. We had a barbecue, had some burgers. Ivy's dad made some ribs. We had hot dogs. You know, all the stuff that you have at a barbecue. So it was on in the TV, but I was outside, you know, clowning around with our friends. But yeah, so I didn't actually get to watch it. And Sunday, admittedly, I didn't watch it either. But also, it was raining Sunday here in Chicago, and also not in Chicago, I'm in Illinois, but in Chicago it was also raining, and I was like, oh yeah, they're probably not racing right now anyway because of the rain. So they still race.
They have rain tires now. They don't stop.
Yeah. So anyway, let's get off of NASCAR. Although Drip, they turn left, they go real fast. Let's talk about something way more interesting. If you guys did, as of recording, it is July 10th. So if you woke up this morning, like Drip and I do, I'm not sure Cheezy either, but to Nintendo tweets, we got a tweet this morning, and I clicked on it because I'm like, what, Emio?
Mm-hmm.
What is this? And we click on the tweet, and it's just this really eerie, creepy music, and this man who's wearing a bag on his head. And at one point has like teeth, and it's like there we go. It's like the creepiest thing I've ever seen. No, actually, that's not true. I've seen creepy things. I've seen Drip's hair in the morning, but it's like the creepiest thing I've ever seen. It really freaked me out, but also in like a good way. It was like really entertaining, and I'm like, what? And all it says is like Emio and Nintendo Switch. There's no information. I just want to kind of get your guys' thoughts about like what we saw this morning.
Just count me out, dude. No. It's scary shit. I don't want anything to do with that. No, I don't want no scary shit. No.
He's a baby. I'm trying to tell you, he's a baby.
No. But this is kind of how I feel as well, because I was never like a big fan of horror anything until Jordan Peele started making horror films, and I was like, Jordan Peele from like Key and Peele, like the comedian, like I gotta check this out. And then I loved it just because of who was behind it and what they were able to create.
I actually did watch Nope.
Oh, you did?
Nope.
What did you think of it?
I did watch that. It was scary as fuck.
Yeah.
I was terrified.
Yeah, it's pretty scary.
It's
but like,
really scary.
I don't know if Nintendo is making a horror game. Like, I feel like I gotta check it out. Like, I gotta see what this is about. Like, what can they do? What can the family, like, children company do with a horror game?
Yeah.
And oh wait, hold up. Will it be at Universal Studios Horror Nights?
Oh yeah, that's true.
1 year? Like, could that happen?
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, they have a whole nother part of that park where the Nintendo area is. That's like a whole horror land. They could just add it in there.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's very strange because when I saw it, I was like, okay, it's just a game that's going on the Switch. But then it's like, okay, there's no publisher, there's no nothing. Like this is from Nintendo. It's got to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Very
I mean,
strange.
Especially if we don't, there's very little information. So when we get more information, we will share it with you guys. But as of now, we assume it's from Nintendo. But the only other piece of information we saw was its rating. Its rating was mature, 17 and up, which is, I think, the only Nintendo first party game. If it ends up being that has a mature rating. Can you guys think of any other mature rating game from Nintendo?
I don't think there is one.
What was Fatal Frame?
I don't know.
And is that Nintendo?
I don't know if that was. It's on Nintendo.
Bayonetta is a good point from Johnny in the chat. Bayonetta might be. Hold on. I have
Bayonetta 3 probably for sure. 2 probably actually as well.
Have the disc over here. What is it? Yep, there we go. So it is is this technically first party or is it just published?
No, well,
it's platinum.
It's platinum. Yeah. So I mean,
so does it count? Does it count
it's
as
a Nintendo
mature rating?
Exclusive, but it's not really made by Nintendo.
It's kind of like Pokemon in that sense.
But that's what this could be too. This could be a game from a different studio that's just. Why did my TV just turn off? Oh, it's back on. This could be a game from a different studio that's just a Nintendo exclusive. Could be that.
If this is from Nintendo's own studios and is published by Nintendo, I would believe it to be the first one that is mature, which is really weird and creepy, and I love it. I love every second of it. I don't really watch horror movies either, but I'm not against them. I'm not like, oh, like they're too scary. I don't do that either. On occasion I'll watch them. For me, like fake horror, like horror movies, and it doesn't freak me out. What freaks me out is real life stuff. I'm like too much of like a realist. Like when I see like, oh God, the movie about the IRS coming to my door to throw me in jail, that stuff freaks me out. Like that's scary to me. Not in the same sense as a horror movie, but I don't get freaked out by that kind of stuff. I just don't.
Like Strangers is probably one of the scariest horror films because that could actually happen. I don't know if you guys have seen that one.
Mm-mm.
But it's just basically like these 3 people that go and
with the masks.
Yeah, they just go and terrorize this like babysitter or whatever, and then at the end it's like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to us? And they said because you were home. Like that was it. That's scary. That is I don't want
scary.
that to
All
ever
of it's
happen.
Scary. I don't need any of that.
So like what could the gameplay be? Like what do we think is going to happen in this game?
Man, I have nothing. There's nothing to go off.
I have no clue.
I think there's those like mystery games that they put out. What is it called? Like it's the girl who wears dress or something. Like what are those games called? I have my Switch here. I could try to find it. Drip, do you have any idea of like what this gameplay could look like?
I have no idea. I mean, we didn't even there's not anything to go off of.
Yeah.
It's a guy with a bag on his head, and I don't know. It's lit very scary. I don't know. I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not gonna play the thing anyway. It doesn't matter. This is not coming in my house.
I can't find the game.
If for any reason I have to play it, I'll play it outside on the porch at noon only. That's it.
You're such a baby.
For like 20 minutes and then put it away.
No wonder you're a Nintendo homer. You like baby games because you're a baby.
That's it, man. It's baby games. Don't give me anything scary.
Yeah, I can't find the game I was looking for, but it's like the girl who it's a game that comes in 2 all the time. There's 2 of them and they're very similar. They came originally on the Famicom. I don't know what they're called, but I don't know that kind of style gameplay where it's like murder mystery is what those games are. So maybe it's some sort of like murder mystery style game where like it's just kind of. I don't think it's gonna be like walking through the halls and jump scares. Like I don't think it's gonna be anything like that. But who knows?
If it's M.
Thank you, Sims.
that's
Famicom Detective. That's what they're called.
Oh, okay. Man, I don't know. Like, I'm thinking kind of what you were saying. Like, is Nintendo gonna play it safe with like a safe M rating, or are they gonna go all out?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's interesting.
I think we'll know more once we know if this is actually from Nintendo or if this is just a third-party game that's just an exclusive to the Switch.
And also,
I think that's
like,
going to tell a lot more.
What was the point of tweeting it out today? If they didn't want to show it in the direct, I get that. Like, there was already an age restriction on the trailer itself. Yeah. But is this coming out near spooky time? Like, are we that's still 3 months away from it?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. More questions than answers, really. Honestly. It didn't show us much. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to the other. Unless this game's first party, this is the scariest game Nintendo has. Spooky Luigi's Mansion and the whole series of games there. Drip and I did not cover the release of Luigi's Mansions 2 because we don't have it. Drip and I weren't crazy interested. You know, obviously funds are a factor as well, but pretty much weren't really that into the idea of playing it. I don't know, man. Cheezy did play it though, and we kind of want to hear some cheesy thoughts, some thoughts from Cheezy about his playthrough of it. But first, I'm going to talk about a little bit of the reviews because I found some reviews today, mostly the Metacritic ones, and they're all pretty actually good reviews. I don't think there's anything bad per se in these Metacritics. I think so Luigi's Mansions 2 has. I'm sorry, I'm going to keep saying Luigi's Mansions. I can't stop saying it with the double S there.
Multiple mansions.
Yes.
He's fucking balling.
Technically, for the second one, that is true.
Luigi's Mansions.
Yeah.
2.
Luigi's Mansions. Yes. Sorry for the broken camera too, by the way, down there. I can't fix that right now. But so the Metacritic score for Luigi's Mansions 2, I can't stop saying it other than that. It is a 77 generally favored score. And the user score is 7.8, so like a 78. So that's actually pretty decent. And if you look at the original Luigi's Mansion, I said it right that time. That had a 74 apparently, which kind of no, that's a 3DS version. I tried to get what is the version on 3DS Dark Moon. No. The port of the original Luigi's Mansion on the 3DS had a 74. What was the GameCube version? All GameCube. That was a 78. So that's actually a lot lower than I thought, because I know it's a very well-liked game, I thought, at least, but apparently not as much as I thought. So I'm kind of confused about that. I mean, there's a lot of 90s in there. I don't know. I have to do some more research as far as like how that game's in particular. But Luigi's Mansion 3, that did really, really well. That had an 86 critic score, 8.4 user score.
Luigi's Mansion 3 is one of the best games on the Switch.
Right, and I think a lot of people back that up for sure, and these scores kind of back it up as well. But I want to focus on the scores for 2. Again, 77 from critics, 7.8 from users, and I know when the game came out, there was a lot of reviews that were kind of mixed. Some were good, some were bad. Nothing bad. When I say bad, I think I was like some 5s. You know, some like needs work. You know. But nothing like bad. So we're relative bad. It's nothing terrible. But it wasn't overly favorable, especially when you're coming off of on the Switch here, Luigi's Mansion 3. That was fantastic, and they got reviewed well. The mixed and a lot, even some of the better scores out there. I think Nintendo Life had they scored 8.10, I want to say, in their video review. And that even that was like, honestly, I feel like they just kind of lied. I feel like the review is more like a 6, but they gave it an 8. Because like they're like, well, you know, it needs some polish, and I can't remember exactly what was all said, but I remember them just when the review came out on release day, actually a little bit before release day, it was just kind of like meh.
He said it doesn't look good.
Yeah,
right? They said it didn't really look that great.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people were saying that. They said it looked like a 3DS game, and a good point was brought up too. Like 3DS games, especially for a game that's so dark, like the series of Luigi's Mansion, on a 3DS screen, they were low resolution and they're just kind of dim to begin with. So that game was kind of more bright than its other 2 counterparts, to see, so you could see it on the screen better. And I think that kind of followed it to the Switch. At least that DNA, they did change the graphics quite a bit. I think in a good way. I don't know, guys. Well, Cheezy, you played the whole game? Let me shut the hell up now. Cheezy, you played the whole game. What do you think?
Yeah, so just a question first. Like, have we had a 3DS remake on the Switch, or is this the first one?
Well,
not, but a first
they
party.
They brought over Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Evolution.
I
would say if it's Worlds.
No, not Worlds. No? What was the one? No, it was a 3DS game.
Generations.
I knew it was something like that. Evolutions, Generations, something. Monster Hunter Generations. They brought it. It actually, I mean, it looked actually really good compared to the 3DS version. You can still tell it was a 3DS game, but it was impressive how good they got it looking.
Well, the only reason I'm bringing that up is like I wonder how much the 3D like feature actually gets in the way of porting that over, you know, or like the initial developed game that had that 3D option, like that was what it was made for. So when you take that away, is that hurting the game, or is that just an excuse as to...
I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that even the 3DS games and stuff, when they're developing them, they're actually developing them at a higher resolution and then bring them down to go on. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's how they do it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I could be totally wrong, but I do believe I've heard that.
So I had a tweet that I think kind of sums up Luigi's Mansion 2, which originally was Dark Moon for people in North America, and then they switched it to 2, which I think is probably the better title, especially how successful this series is. But I made a tweet saying Luigi's Mansion 2 really makes you appreciate how good Luigi's Mansion 3 is and how exciting Luigi's Mansion 4 will be. Because Luigi's Mansion 2 is, in my opinion, not the greatest in the series. There is missions that they kind of break up the levels into, and that is really annoying, especially when EGAD talks so much and you just want to keep playing the game and keep exploring. But they're like split up into different missions, so it could take like 20 to 30 minutes to finish a mission, and then they kick you back out, and then you go back into that mansion again. And like, if you can get past all of that, it still is a good game and very different from Luigi's Mansion 1. Like Luigi's Mansion 1, I think, was the closest that we were going to get to Nintendo horror, because even though like the ghosts still looked kind of cartoony, they were humans. And and I'm still very curious as to why they changed up the design of the ghosts in 1 to 2. If it was like they got complaints the kids were scared of it.
I'm sure it's to probably make it a little less scary, because we're still talking about Mario here. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But it was also cool because it was like, no, this is a Luigi game. Like, this is different. Yeah. And then they kind of brought it back.
Yeah.
I enjoy Luigi's Mansion 2 for what it is. It is not the greatest. And I'm okay with the 8s, but I probably would give it like a 7, maybe. It still is fun. Like, they added the strobe bulb, and sometimes you need that to either capture booze, or there were like paintings on the wall where there was like a key, and so you use this like flashlight that has, I don't even know how you explain it, but it's like a magical flashlight, and if you use it on the paintings, then those paintings come to life, and that's how you get a key.
Yeah.
Polterpup is new. I mean, it's a ghost dog. That's already like, you get points for that, you know? Still Luigi's Mansion 3. Now, the only critique that I have of Luigi's Mansion 3, which I don't think a lot of people talk about, that title is wrong. It is not a mansion.
Yeah, it is. It's not a mansion. It's a hotel.
So even though that game is great, it's very confusing. I don't understand.
Definitely Luigi's Luxury Hotel.
You're talking about 3, correct?
Yeah, 3.
Yeah, it's a hotel.
But
that's actually one of the things. As a first time Luigi's Mansion player, when I played 3, that was kind of confusing to me. I'm like, but this is a hotel. Like, where's the? I can see what they mean though, because it's a luxurious hotel that reminds you of like an old mansion that's turned into a hotel. I get that vibe for sure. I mean, I definitely see it. Like it reminds me of like an old mansion from like the Clue movie or something. You know what I mean? Like from like I got that vibe. So they succeeded in making it like a mansion, but the whole point of it is it's a hotel. It's definitely a hotel. So that was what was confusing me. Like what were they thinking there? Like, I don't really understand, but
I mean, it goes with the storyline. The lady, you know, tricked him to come to the hotel so she could. It could have been anything. But that's the thing. But that's the thing. It could have been a house. It could have been a house.
Yeah, I know.
It could have been a really tall house.
The story is not what's important here necessarily.
It doesn't matter. That's the best one. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's great. Luigi's Mansion 3 is amazing. It's so good. Every single level of that hotel. Like I get bored with games, you know. I mean, I play, and if they're doing the same thing over and over and over, I fall out of. I just don't care anymore. It's like I've done this, you know. Yeah. It's like a lot of games do that. You know, you go to a different place, but you're doing like the same thing. That game, every single level of that mansion was completely different. I mean, yeah, you're using the same general mechanics, but they were so much different, and the little storylines that were going on, it was so good. And if you're keeping my attention like that through a full game, like you're doing very well at that point.
Yeah. I'm not like a big lover of the series. And before we actually kind of move on to the next topic within Luigi's Mansion, any final thoughts here, Cheezy? Again, you've played all three, and although it's been a very long time since you played the GameCube version of Luigi's Mansion, where does it kind of rank on your Luigi's Mansion's list? You know,
the second one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely third, as in like not the greatest. But I want to play one again, and I'm curious if they're going to bring one to Switch, or if they are not going to. Like, I don't.
That's a great question. That's a great question.
They should have bundled it, but again, I think it's the design of the like human ghosts that they're afraid of or something, or
and then they put out this trailer of Emio today, but they're afraid of human looking ghosts.
Yeah. It's just weird that, you know, we didn't get both of them, or maybe they are kind of remaking it in the background. I don't know, but I'm just happy with where the series is going. I've talked about it before, but I would love to see Luigi's Mansion at Universal Studios during Horror Nights. Like that could be the kids section of Horror Nights if they wanted to have one, like a fun house.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
That'd be really fun. Like open up some drawers and then some dust pops out with like a bling, like a spring operated thing. Like that'd be real fun.
Also just money. Like kids are just winning money.
Just giant gold coins. Just
like there's like vents, and then the money comes out of the vent.
Dollar bills.
Dollar bills. Yeah.
But they got to do something with like integrate it with the app, the same way that you use it when you're at Super Nintendo World and like hitting the question blocks. Like I think that they would do something. Yeah, where it's like
a good idea.
Own thing.
It's a great idea.
Well, Cheezy, you bring up a really good point about, you know, when they're gonna when are they gonna bring one to Switch? And that's kind of the next thing I want to bring up here is there's a lot of games that need porting to the Switch. A lot of games that people like me who just got back in Nintendo after a long time, or some people's their first time into Nintendo, that games that they have not played, classics. And Luigi's Mansion 1 is a good example of that. It's a game we should really play, especially because 3 was so good, came out on the Switch in 2019. 1 was so long ago. And it would make sense, you would think, that they'd bring 1 to Switch first before 2. Would you not think that? I mean, with Metroid, you know, they brought.
We got 1.
We got 1. It's not the first game.
Very odd.
It's not the first game in the series, right? There's because you get the 2D.
In the Prime series, yeah, it is.
Right.
Metroid Prime 1.
Right. In all Metroids, it's not the first game, but in the Prime series, yes, it is the first one. And with at that time when it came out, the looming Prime 4, it made a lot of sense. This seems like they went into their bag and they put their little hands in. And they're like, what game should we port next? Whoop, 1,000 Year Door. Okay, what's next? Whoop, Luigi's Mansions 2? That's weird, but we're doing that because that's what came out of the hat.
1,000 Year Door makes sense. That makes sense, at least.
I know.
Everybody wanted that one. That was one people asked for. Luigi's Mansion 2 is like...
I agree, Drip, but here's the thing. Even the fans of the series would say that's an obscure one to port. You'd think they put other ones first. You'd think they'd remaster 64 first before they'd master that one. So
yeah,
even still,
that's the one I always hear.
While it's not a bad game, I'm not saying it's a bad game to port. I'm saying it's a little odd that they put that one out before 64. And this one, they put the 2 out before they put the 1. Hey, Nintendo, 1 comes before 2.
Wait, is Mario Party 64 on the online? Is it for the online games? It is?
Yeah.
See, you got it already. That's why.
Mario Party 64. I'm talking about...
I'm sorry. Mario, help me out here.
Paper Mario.
Paper Mario 64. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that on there?
Yes, it's on there. But that doesn't count. It's not
good. It's fine.
We're talking about porting games. Nintendo's like, here's our bag, and these are the games we're going to port to the Switch. Remaster port. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, it really doesn't. I mean, that's how I think. What do you guys think?
I mean, the 2 is weird.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
Yeah.
It's very strange that they wouldn't just go back to the first one. Or, like Cheezy said, like, just do them both. You're doing one. Like, what's the big deal to just go back and get the other one and do them both? I mean, how much did it cost? 2.
$60.
On the Switch. It was 60?
Yeah, it was
That's
60.
Why. Never mind. I know why. That's why. Oh, we're getting one. Don't you worry. We're going to get it on the Switch too, and it won't be $60. It'll be 70. Don't you worry. It's going to be it'll be full HD though. It'll be a full remake. $70. That's why. I answered the question. There you go.
And again, I like 3. I don't love it, but I like it. And I've heard a lot of people say that 1 is the best. And I played a few minutes of 1 with emulation, but didn't play a ton of it because I'd rather play it on Switch. Nintendo, please give me an option to pay for it. And that's what I was kind of look forward to, playing it on Switch. But, obviously that seems like it's not going to happen now because they brought 2 first. And I don't know. I want to play 1. And I think that would have been a nice way for me to play the series is on the Switch and giving them money instead of having to find other means to play it. It just seems kind of silly. They could have did a double pack.
Yeah, at this point, they're not going to go backwards.
$100 double pack,
I don't think they're going to go backwards on the same system. Like, oh, you got 2, and then like whatever, then go back to 1. I mean, I guarantee it. You're going to get a full remake, $70, and it'll be like next year.
Yeah. Well, as we know,
September.
Guys, there's been a ton of GameCube games getting ported over the Switch. And before we talk about that, I just want to say once again, Cheezy, you're a guest on our show. You're on multiple podcasts. You're on the Communication Era podcast, a gaming podcast. You're on the Nintendo Powercast, a Nintendo podcast. So if you guys have not, this episode is sponsored by Cheezy. No, but if you guys want to just make sure midway through here, just want to make sure you guys know to go follow Cheezy. The links are in the description down below. We'll give you one more shout out by the end of the show, but I just want to do that mid-show as well, just to remind people
thank you.
where Cheezy comes from.
And I want to remind you of something, Geeb.
Oh boy, what?
You forgot something very important.